What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4? Season 2, episode 4. Welcome back, everybody. Cheers. We have made it to another week. We have a juicy topic for you guys this week. We're talking about gay wages. There's a lot of controversial topics about this in the workplace as far as, equality, about women getting paid the same and men getting paid the same. So we're actually having a caller come in today in the next couple minutes. Lucky caller to go over and talk about.
Well, the line is actually open. So whoever calls, we're going to go ahead. I don't know if they want to stay anonymous or not, but whoever calls, we'll make sure to tell them, hey, if they want to make it any shout outs, what state they're calling from, and what their opinion is in regards to today's topic, which is the gap wages versus male and female in regards to work environment, right? Obviously, if you are a stay-at-home mom, this does not apply to you. But if you're actually in the line of work industry, construction, business woman, and architecture or anything like that, business, finance, anything at all, even real estate, just if you're a woman who actually gets a base salary and commission, the line is open. But I want Drew to kind of take off on this debate because he's saying, oh, we have the first caller come in. Okay, ready?
Here we go. There we go. Get it on speaker.
Hi, good evening. This is Stray and Drew with Shooting Star Media Podcast. To who are we speaking to and what state are you calling from?
Hi, guys. This is Chelsea. I'm from Tennessee. Love your guys' podcast. Love you too as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks
Tennessee.
for being a loyal fan. Shout out to Tennessee. How we doing today, Chelsea? What's up?
We're doing good. We're doing good. I just wanted to come on here and help weigh in on some of your guys' topics.
Yeah. One of the big ones I think you saw is about the gender gap wages.
Male versus female. So we're about to talk about that. I've got my opinions. Drew has his own opinions, but
men make more.
I say no. I mean, like if it comes to workflow, but let's hear Chelsea's opinion.
Let's get into it here. All right. Well, Chelsea, take it away here. I know we like to put our Shooting Star Media guests right on the spot, so take it away.
Yeah, that's a big topic to tackle, especially in this day and age. I know there's been articles written lately about how men historically make more than women, but they're not factoring in, education level, type of job, all that kind of stuff. So in my opinion, and this would just be like, I think economics, maybe business for dummies. If women were making less or getting paid less for the same job as men, all corporations would literally have all female staffs. Because at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. That's what matters to businesses.
That's true.
However, I do have an opinion too about, like, say the scenario is you and Straya going to apply for the same exact job, right?
Yep.
Same kind of expertise, same education, same kind of all. You guys are across the board equals. I still do believe that Drew would get paid more. And it's because Drew would know to go into that job and demand more because of his qualifications. And the reason I say that is because the workplace, an unpopular opinion of the day, I think, the workplace isn't where women are supposed to be at. Like in our bones and in our bodies, we are meant to be homemakers. We're meant to support a good man. We're meant to take care of the kids. So why would we know to go into a job and ask for what we don't know exists? Like Drew would know because he's a man and he's raised to be a provider and he's raised with that education of it.
Right.
To go in there and demand his worth. And they'll pay him because he asked for it. How would we know as women, because that's not where we're supposed to be at, to go in there and ask for what we don't know is there?
I totally, completely understand where you're coming from, that a woman is supposed to be basically a stay-at-home mom, or if there's no kids yet, a stay-at-home wife, being there to, treat her man, spoil her man, maybe go a little shopping, run some errands while he's too busy at work, and she's got to do, the plan B, the stuff, right? Is that kind of what you mean in that kind of direction?
Right.
Okay.
Make a house a home.
Yes, make a house a home. Now, Chelsea, I do have a question for you. Now, for the women out there that are feminists, and there are people here probably not agreeing with you saying the stay-at-home thing, that women are not supposed to be in a work. What did she say? A work environment. What would you say to those people or the women that think, no, why would I have to be at home? Why do I have to only stay in the kitchen?
Yeah. I can see that viewpoint as well, because this boss bad bitch is a new, it's a runoff basically of feminism. But I'm a subscriber to it. Actually, like I've got my 2 kids. I'm a single mom, and I do go out there and I do get the bag and I do try to take care of the home.
Yep.
But do I want to?
No.
Hell no. Hell no. I would prefer to have married well and stayed married and take care and support my family and support and nurture my children and be there. There's staying at home, and this is the problem I think with society right now, is they look at stay-at-home moms like they don't do anything. They lay on the couch and eat bonbons. Raising kids and keeping a home and keeping your family together is
it's a job.
Time job.
But what do you say?
To think that you're out there getting a career and then you have to come home and also like maintain the house, something has to give. And it's usually the family, because of societal pressures right now. You have to be all of these things. You have to be in the gym. You have to be making $100,000. Your kids have to be perfect.
Well,
your house has to be perfect.
It's not only that, it's also some of the government playing in on this here, guys. I mean, they want 2 working parents in a household because more taxes, more money for them. So, I mean, it's society doing this. And I think you can agree with that, Chelsea.
Yeah, absolutely. But also it is the government too that is separating the nuclear family, that's breaking apart the nuclear family. So that spins off into a whole another reason. Why do you want to take the woman out of the house? Why do you want to take the father away from the family?
Yeah.
Why do you want to make being a heterosexual, normal family, like just living your best life, a faux pas in today's day and age?
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, for women, I think that the whole subscribing to that we make less is just doing yourself a disservice. It makes all women look like victims, and it also makes us look kind of like, well, this is why you would get paid less, because you're over here complaining about it.
Yeah, 100%, because you're a whiny, hiney thumb sucker.
You have to make,
Okay.
In reality of business, big business, like having women under their employ, they have to make special spaces for us. We have to have certain times of the month. We have to have maternity leave. We have to have all these things that are women specific. And for a big business to run smoothly, they don't have time to make special spaces, special circumstances for people. That's why paternity leave never existed. That's why none of that stuff ever existed until this new movement.
Now, let me turn this around a little bit. If the woman is a stay-at-home, there's no kids, Chelsea, okay? She has no career. She's just a stay-at-home and refuses to cook for her man and refuses to give him sex. And just basically either they have a kid or not, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So they're not doing anything of that, but they're just at home. And the guy's out there breaking his ass for her to still have a good life. And she can't even make a dinner plate when he gets home.
That's right.
Or surprise him with a nice, I don't know, we're going to be over here because we're realistic, a nice blowjob at least, or something for a man to feel satisfied. Yeah. What do you think of those women?
Oh, man, I curb those. I mean, those are not women. Those are...
I treat them like the vacuum cleaners that's broken. Just throw them out. If they don't suck, it's time to go.
Yeah, and maybe they just haven't been taught how to do things. And if a man wants to take the time and teach her to do that, then that's great. But that's also the entitlement, right? Like a lot of these, I see this on social media all the time. These girls that are like, oh, he has to make over $100,000, even take me on a date. Like
666 club, 6-inch cock, 6 figures, 6 feet tall.
What do you bring to the table? Like, if you want this man, if you have all these expectations, you better be doing something to just like.
If you want a high value man, how are you going to attract a high value man? That's basically what I think you're saying.
And then back to your scenario, yes, that's not a woman. Like, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife, then you better be cleaning, you better be cooking, you better be packing his lunches, doing the laundry, making sure that everything is in place so that when he comes home, you should be his peace.
And you know what?
Exactly.
To reality.
Like, I mean, I know we have all different walks of life following us. I mean, if you have the means to even pay for like a maid or a cleaning lady or something, there should be no excuses, right? You have someone else doing the majority of the heavy lifting. And hey, if you don't have someone doing that for you, I mean, find a way so you can get somebody to do that for you, because it is kind of a nice luxury to have your time back without cleaning the house, you know?
I honestly don't find anything wrong.
Women historically are resourceful. We're the resourceful gender, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, we're the ones who fix things. We're the ones who figure things out. We're the ones who hold it together when shit hits the fan. To think that that's not our role in society and role at home is crazy. And that's what I think that feminist movement has just blown out of the water. Like, you don't get special treatment just because you have a vagina. Like, you have to have other things going on. You have to bring something else to the table, especially if you're getting into a relationship. Women like you just described in that scenario are single. They are single women. They're spinsters. No one is bringing someone like that home. No one is marrying someone like that. And if they are, they're divorced within a year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're just good basically to fuck, but not to actually wife up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. I feel like I'm the PG-13 right here, guys.
It's like Chelsea and I are just keeping it real, just going at it. And yeah, I mean, or there's the other woman, just because they think they're all fixed up and all plastic, nice ass body like Barbies. They get what they want without, is that what they call them, bimbos?
Bimbos, yeah.
Just because they're a bimbo, all fixed up and everything, they don't have to lift a finger.
Yeah.
Well, and there's some men out there who prefer that, who want the woman to like be inflated like that and blow up her face and be in Chanel and not lift a finger, but they pay for that.
Yep.
They pay for that lifestyle, and she knows her place just as well as he knows that he'll curb her within 5 years when she ages out.
Exactly.
So what do you think happens to that point when they age out? Because, I mean, the plastic can only go so much.
Then they go to, all the 25-year-olds.
They change them for someone new and they start over.
So the old ladies, they go for the youngsters.
Men can start over. That's the thing that I think the feminist movement has changed.
Yeah.
Men can, like, move on to someone younger, and it's okay.
It's socially accepted okay. Yeah, you're right, Chelsea. You're right. You're totally right that men can move on real quick, even after divorce, widowed, or anything.
But you know what? I'm going to stand up for these men out there, just being a man out there. It's not whether I agree with it or not, but I mean, 40, 50-year-old woman go out there and go snatch up a 25-year-old man. They're like, yes, queen, get it, boo, good job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but not really. Not
but
really.
they are, though.
Women,
I feel like
women who do what you say, they may promote them in public, but at the societal norm, the society norm,
behind closed doors,
people will look at them and be like, oh, that's all she could get. And there's a story there. There's all this.
There's always a divorce. There's always, it's always the man who's at fault.
She's got this baggage.
Estrella has a good word for this. It's depression. Depression has what do you call it?
Oh, I said that a depression has a first and a last name and 2 walking feet.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And that you got to know when to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the thing with the men that end up that have these trophy wives, and what you're getting into when you get into a relationship like that. So these women, if they're getting into a relationship with a man like that and they think that they're not replaceable, and that they're going to change him and they're going to be the one. There is a line of Pornhub stars that felt the same exact way at some point in time about a man who ditched them and ended up with someone else.
That's right.
And if you don't have any kind of skills outside of plastic surgery,
sucking and fucking,
and yeah, if you have no skills outside of that, you're going to end up as a 40, 50-year-old barista at Starbucks or a freaking Walmart greeter.
Yep, that's right. Fighting for, because cat rights or some bullshit.
Pick up the trash of a woman who has nothing to offer in her 40s and 50s. They just don't.
I mean, it's true. It's unfortunate. I mean, I feel for those people out there, but I mean, people made decisions, and for the first time in your life, ladies, if you grew up hot, you guys have to face some fucking accountability at some point. You might have gotten away with it when you're in your 20s. You might have fucking gotten away with it if you're lucky in your 30s, but in your 40s and your 50s, that shit's coming to tax your ass.
Oh,
but here's a scenario too. Let's reverse it, right?
Okay, let's reverse it.
Woman is out there getting after it. She's a high career businesswoman, and a dude wants to stay at home.
Oh, beta. Oh.
They are stay-at-home dads.
Yeah.
There are stay-at-home dads. Yeah, there are stay-at-home dads that cook and that clean. I love stay-at-home dads. I think they're great. That's super great that you're choosing your family. Great.
I feel you're going to say a but.
However.
Yeah. There's a power dynamic shift.
Absolutely.
Like, to shift the power like that, and men, as loving as they can be, as whatever they can be, they cannot nurture and love and take care of children the way that a mother can.
I totally agree.
You physically and biologically can't. So that woman is going to get tired. I guarantee you that woman will get tired of that man. They fight all the time and she belittles him, or she has no respect.
Listen, growing up where I grew up here in San Diego, I got to experience a lot of wealthy moms that were the breadwinners. And you're absolutely right. Like within a couple years of, hanging out with some of my friends and their parents and stuff, their parents were divorced when we were all in elementary school. So you're exactly right. Like women,
and then the respect is gone. When you switch the power dynamic like that, how is a woman supposed to respect a man like that?
That's right.
There is one thing that I could say, Chelsea, like for example, if a woman does have a career and she's also a good woman and can kind of multitask, be housewife, have a career, there's no kids. There's no kids, right? They're together but single. I'm saying single because there's no children.
Right.
When children comes, I have always said, when it's time to settle down and have the kid, I don't think a woman should work for at least the first 6 years of that baby. Because the first 6 to 7 years are very crucial for the kid to be with the mom, the nurturing, the taking care, because I would not like my kid to be in hands with a nanny, not even a younger nanny, teeny boppers nowadays that have no brains, or maybe an older woman because, health problems, this and that. It just really depends the case. But I personally would like to take care of my child, knowing that she's safe, knowing that daddy's going to come home, and then we can play, have dinner ready, and be relaxed, because that's why I have a man. Knowing that everything's going to be okay, and that everything's going to be okay on my end. What's my end? My job is the home.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's absolutely right. And I worked at home. I worked from home, but it wasn't until, and Drew knows this, it wasn't until my kids were, Davis was 6 or 7, and Alana was 11.
Oh,
so I felt the same way, like being there, being on top of them, being loving, and giving them everything that they needed from like the mother perspective was important. It was super important. And you're right, Straya, like it, and I have no problem. I don't think, like, when two power people meet each other and they're both headed in the same direction, and then they decide to have kids, should be the woman that steps back from her career, in my opinion. It should be.
I mean, I'll tell you what, like I've seen a lot of successful people in my own personal life, and it's been like that. Like the woman's very successful and the man's very successful, and the woman's like, "Hey babe, you got this. Like go out there and fight for the family. I got our family when you come back."
Yeah.
That's why a 2-parent household is so important, and like choosing your partner to move forward with is so important.
Yeah.
Like if people treat marriage and they treat dating like it's interchangeable, but it's important. Like you're interviewing a possible life partner. Yes. And if the life partner doesn't have the like value systems or headed in the 100%. Same direction, then you shouldn't even move forward. Don't waste anybody's time.
Right.
Yep. Just
totally
it's
agree.
all about values. If you don't have the same fucking values, and if you guys aren't going in the right direction together, then you guys, it's not right.
I mean, that's something you can tell like right off the bat too. It's not like, oh, it's been a year and I guess it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, Chelsea. I think that's something on the spot because it's chemistry, it's communication, it's values, it's respect. It's just
I'm quick. Like I like to cut people out real quick. Like I'm in business, I'm very much like that. It's like, hey, listen, respectfully, we can't make this work together. Let's treat their personal life as they treat their business life, because I know a lot of great business professionals that don't keep that in their personal life, and it affects their personal life.
Agree.
Well, and I can see where you're coming from too with that, but like also with relationships, you're dealing with feelings, so you can't really equate it to a business, because we can make excuses for someone in the first year, right? Like those little things, character flaws that we see, we think they're quirks at first, right? Like, he does this, it kind of annoys me, but it's cute. Yeah. But there comes a point in every relationship where you're going to have to sit down, like, knee to knee at the table and be like, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm looking for. If it isn't you, if you cannot rise to the occasion, then we need to end this now.
Okay. And before we let you go, I have one more question I'd like to throw at you, Chelsea, because I love how you're answering everything and you're on this like 100%. All right, girl.
Fire.
Both people, no issues, really no red flags, no nothing. But let's just say, what if everything was going well for someone and then one person wants to have kids, but the other one doesn't want to have kids?
That's a hard line. Like, then you're not a compatible fit.
Confirmed.
Because that person that doesn't want to have the kids, if they compromise, they better love you enough to not resent you and resent those kids.
And vice versa.
And that's when you end up with infidelity and all kinds of stuff, because now they feel trapped in a life that they never saw for themselves.
Wow.
And then the person having the kids that was so happy that they made the compromise is struggling to try to figure out what they are doing wrong. So then this whole like self-esteem thing happens, and really it was because you guys weren't compatible and you tried to force something because everything else was good.
Yep.
Sometimes some things just don't mix.
That's right.
And having kids it should be a
beautiful thing.
Month 2 conversation, or even a day 1 conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be put out front there, like if you have, I mean, listen, like I'm not going to go on a date and be like, yo, you want fucking kids? Like, let's go get in the car right now. No, it's not like that. It's no. You got to work into it.
See yourself in 10 years.
And I think it also depends on the age.
You see yourself married?
Yeah.
That's an easy question, and it's not offensive. Like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? If they're like, oh, I don't plan on having kids, then you know that, look, I want to have kids, so I don't think that this is going to work out.
Have you ever thought, Chelsea?
Change.
Have you ever thought, Chelsea, that maybe if a woman says, "Oh, I never wanted to have kids," it's because they probably never found the right person to have kids with, or never felt that connection to actually, damn, I actually like this man. Like, I do want this man to be the dad of my kids.
Yeah, because, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people too. True masculinity inspires true femininity.
That's true.
Oh,
we want to have kids. I have a lot of friends that don't have kids, and they wish that they took the time, or they took a pause from their career and they had kids.
I mean, I'll tell you about my mother. I mean, she's a little bit older now, but she had a strong, independent friend. I can name names. I don't think she has an Instagram or sees these things. Her name is Catherine, but Catherine has never been married. She's been in a car accident. She fell asleep at the wheel in her old age because of medication, and she ended up crashing her car. The city took away her license, and now unfortunately she has to Uber everywhere. But her whole life, and I asked my mother this. I was like, Mom, her whole, like, you knew her for 40 years while she was single. Like, 40 years is a fucking lifetime, if you ask me.
Yeah.
If you knew somebody. So you knew this person for a long time. Was like, how did she act? Did she have relationships? And my mom was like, she had like 3 really good boyfriends, but because of some, strong independent woman thing, she didn't like him because of this. And a lot of her boyfriends, because she didn't date men, she dated a lot of feminine men that inevitably turned out to be gay. So, I mean, it's like this. It's like you reap what you sow at the end of the day. So if you plant corn, don't be fucking shocked that corn grows at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So if you end up 75, 80 years old, whatever age you're at, and you don't have anybody to take care of you, like, you had a whole lifetime of opportunities to try to make this work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know that's hard out there. I know we have some older followers that I'm sure I'm pissing off, but like, guys, you guys have to take accountability and say, I fucked up. It's okay. Move forward and you can find a solution.
Yep. Agreed.
Well,
Me on. I can't wait to read the comments.
Yeah. The comment section is always the best place. Catch me there.
All right. I love you very much.
All right.
Keep on doing what you're doing, and we'll talk soon.
Great to see you, caller. We
Bye.
love you. See you later, Chelsea. All the best. God bless. Wow. Guys. That was a good one. I mean, wow, that was
it was great. Like, I felt she was here.
I felt like I felt like I learned a lot. I felt like that was the perfect caller that we should have called for this topic, because
Maturity.
she really had a whole lot of things to say about,
right,
but didn't come in with I'm a boss bitch, all this stuff. She spoke like a true, I don't want to say mature woman.
A true adult.
Not mature. Not all fired up.
No, not fired up.
All fired up.
But, like, you know how I love working and stuff. It's like not also just a hobby and stuff. But when she said, of course, she also enjoys working. But does it get tiring? Maybe not.
Does.
Maybe yes, depending on the field of work that you're doing, right? But would you want to have a no-day workout and maybe just do the gym, pool, do dance classes, Pilates, drive in a nice car, buy a little something for your man? Of course, that's the dream. Of course.
But it gets boring. I'm going to tell you.
So that's why I think it's a good mix that you can work and do that and also help your man with his dreams.
See, this is what a lot of I shouldn't say typical, but a lot of families in wealthy areas do. The man either has acquired a lot of money in some way, shape, or form, is currently working, and has quite a few bucks. But the woman typically, or the wife, I should say, the wife typically is very influential in the school with the children. She's influential in the community and all these things. And really, I think that, like, as a high value man looking for a high value woman, that's what I attract. That's what I emulate, and that's what I attract, because who you are is who you inevitably attract. If you hang out with fucking, like, if you attract bad people in your life, it's because there's something internal that you need to go deep into the laboratory and figure that out. Like, you are what you attract, right? Listen, if you don't go to the gym, how are you ever going to expect to be physically fit?
When you let me run this back. When you say you are who you attract,
yeah.
And we're talking about specifically relationships. We're not talking about friendships, okay?
I mean, specifically relationships.
You are who you attract. Now, what if a woman attracts bad men, just bad luck for some reason, but then finally, she finds someone that's good.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Sometimes you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince. But, I mean, I'm going to add there, like, a lot of the stuff is based off of emotions. Like, you logically think about a lot of relationships. I mean, I can think about it, and I'm sure you can think.
Okay.
You've stayed too long in a relationship because of emotions, or you got with that person because you thought this, and this. You tried to change them, and this, and this, and this. But all of it was because of emotional decisions. Never once were you like, wow, the guy at the club looks really good. Let me go get with him. This seems like somebody I want to go take home to mom. No, that's not the way it works. I swear to God, that's not the way
when
that
you
it works.
say emotions, it could be like
horny.
No, okay, let's leave the horny aside for a quick
Lonely.
second. Hold on.
I mean, I got all the emotions. I'll tell you more.
Okay.
Sleepy, happy, hungry. I know women out there literally that just go on dates just to get fed so they don't have to pay fucking
that's
bills.
So true. That is
Straight
so
up.
true. Did you ever there was like this woman who went on dates like on dates for a full-on month, and she didn't have to buy groceries like for a year.
Like, I know.
Like, did you see that on Instagram?
I mean, hey, literally went out with 6 guys in a week.
A meal per day.
A meal per day, man. I mean, God, like, sometimes, I mean, listen, I'm not.
I mean, let's give her props.
I mean,
that's
listen,
smart. But
I never thought about doing this, but I mean, like, straight up though, as a man, sometimes in the rising inflation prices, I wouldn't do this. But man, if I became a woman and then I went on a date with a man, at least I'd get rid of all those food bill expenses.
Like, imagine this.
You got a good deal.
I was so lucky.
Rar. Yeah.
But point is, like, imagine this. You're on a date, guys. Imagine this. You're a guy. You go on a date and you look at the girl. It's like, hold on, you throw me off my whole thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you got a man.
Okay, you got a man, and he takes you on a date. He's looking at the woman. Oh, I like her. She's pretty. She actually here because she likes me, or does she not have money to eat today?
Dude, you know what? Straight up, though, how you handle women like this is if you are a man that, I mean, whether she ate or not, but like say you actually have a few shells to rub together, right? You got a few pennies to rub together. Do not take her out in your nicest car, gentlemen. Do not take the gold digger out in the Lamborghini for the first car. Take her out in the Corolla. Take her out on the insurance car that you say you drive every day when you actually drive your Lamborghini.
If you're rich, rent a car. I mean? Yeah.
Like, go rent a beater. Especially in today's age, you got to protect what you have. And, I mean, women too, guys. I mean, women out there too. I'm talking out to you hustlers out there. Protect the damn bag.
Now, talking about other dates, there was a video that went really viral on TikTok and on Instagram Reels. There was this woman who this guy had picked up, and they got to the parking lot, and they pulled, right, and parking and everything, and the woman's like, what are we doing here? She's like, well, I'm
he got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't hear no discount. So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I
mean, you're supposed to. Look at me. Wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Right? Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, well, look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing I will die. That's embarrassing. Then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing. Maybe we're not right for each other. But respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off.
And you're waiting for a table, and it's like, oh, well, what? How are you? All this bullshit. You might fuck it up, and it might even be a cheap date. Or you might hit it off. I don't know. Maybe
you might skip the dinner and
you might even skip it and save it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Listen, relationship advice. Okay, listen, guys. Cheesecake's the winner. They should go to Cheesecake because.
Well, this girl thought it was an insult because Cheesecake isn't good enough for a woman to be taken out. Because apparently, I like the Cheesecake Factory bread. You know, the big one that they give you, the brown one with butter?
Bro, she's going to end up taking bus tokens for that fucking bus ride. from walking that stanky ass back.
It's like, it's a nice restaurant. I don't think it's that bad.
I think it's incredibly good. I mean, listen, it's not my favorite place, but I mean,
it's like a 2.5, 3-star restaurant, right?
I mean,
Like-
listen, if it's not my, I'm a little bougie. It's not my favorite place, but listen to me. If I was going to say, hey, where would be a good place to go take somebody on a nice first date?
Mm-hmm.
Cheesecake Factory, 100%. Because they can find something that they feel comfortable eating. Sometimes when you go to niche specific places, you go to Italian places, you got pasta, it's going to get sloppy. You go to the Buffalo Wild Wings.
What is
you
the
gotta
worst
go
food?
Eat wings.
What is the worst food you can eat on the first date? Drew?
Pasta, spaghetti.
Why? But then you can see how the girl slurps.
Exactly. Could be metaphoric to the evening, but listen, for religious purposes, can't do that on the first date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
got to save it.
What are the top 3
Chicken
foods
wings.
that are not good for a first date?
Okay, I'm telling you. Yeah, I know. Chicken wings. You got pasta. What's the third one, man? What's just messy? Ribs. That's it. That's it. I heard this thing on, I don't know if it was TikTok or, I don't know, it's kind of provocative. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Talked about ribs. I don't know if we should talk
about it.
I don't know about that. But
talk about it. I love ribs.
They talk about it. They're like, ribs are like pussy. If you don't have it all over your face when you're done eating it, you didn't eat it. Oh! Snapperella! They that have beards and things, they call they call it flavor savers.
Ew.
Just got to taste that flavor. Maybe we got to cut that part out, but hopefully not.
No. Okay.
Lesbianis moments.
guys. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been a great topic. Like,
phenomenal topic.
The wine hit.
Yeah.
Now,
but
there is something important I do need to tell you on your first date, though. On a first date, wine is the way to go.
I don't know. I like it all. I mean, listen, I consider it a fish. Just drink it like water. Water and fish.
But anyways,
guys, this was a great podcast. Thank you, Chelsea, wherever you are. Thank you for calling in on this. If you guys like us doing this every week, show some love, show some support, guys. I mean, we do this every single week to bring content value to your guys' entertainment. So throw a like, throw a subscription, throw a follow. Thank you. I'm Drew Doan. This is Straya Star, and we look forward to seeing you on episode 5.